Nets World, it's your boy AJ. It's Nets News, hashtag we go hard. Make sure you guys like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification so you don't miss a video. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at Nets Kingdom 711. We back Nets World. So the votes are in, and you guys wanted me to just break down of Nicolas Claxton. So here we go. Now, before I get on this video about Nick, I'm going to take you through his life first so you get more of a feel of how he grew up, and just so you get a better perspective of his life, and then I will get into his basketball gifts. Now, Nicolas Claxton was born April 17, 1999 in Greenville, South Carolina. Shout out to everybody from South Carolina that's watching this video. Fun fact, his dad actually played for the Celtics in the late 90s, so that's kind of where he gets his height and his athleticism from. Now, by doing research on him, I figured Claxton growing up was a 5'10", 5'11 guard, so his fundamentals of shooting, dribbling have always been there from the beginning. But his freshman year to sophomore year, over the summer, he actually grew 5 inches in that 1 year. Now, if you guys know the stories of like Anthony Davis and KD, it's kind of similar. Like they're small guards growing up in CYO leagues and little leagues, and then they have some humongous growth spurts over the summer. And Nicolas Claxton had that in his freshman to sophomore year. Now, Claxton attended Legacy Charter High School, and in his senior year, he averaged 17.4 points, 7.8 rebounds, and 2.9 blocks per game, and became the 4th player in his school history to record 1,000 points. So by the end of his senior year, he was about 6'11", 215 pounds. He's left-handed with a 7'2" wingspan. He wasn't a McDonald's All-American, but Nick had tons of D1 schools fiending for him, so he decided to take his talents to the University of Georgia for 2 years. Now, his stats were not eye-popping. I think he averaged like 13 and 8 rebounds, but he had NBA. By the time he declared for the NBA, the scouts were just drooling over his height, his versatility at the combine, because he had point forward capabilities. Like at 6'11", 7 foot, his speed and his ball handling capabilities were just so unique. And then his size was tremendous, length was great, and he had very quick feet. Now in June 2019, Claxton was drafted with the 31st pick by the Brooklyn Nets. Now the Nets decided to put him in the G League because he was still a little bit raw and needed development. This is where Nick started to bloom. He played in 9 games, averaging 16 points, 7.4 rebounds, and 1.2 blocks on 65% from the field, 55% from 3, which is crazy high for someone his size. Now, Claxton, he's a high energy guy, like high motor. If you guys watched the games during that 2019-2020 season, he was as soon as he came in, he always give that energy. Now, he's a pick and roll threat, a lob threat, but you can also use him in a pick and pop situation because he can shoot. He a ball handler and a good rebounder. He's a demon on the offensive board, y'all. He will get on he's aggressive and get putbacks, which and I know the Nets need that right now. You guys know we need offensive rebounds right now because we're lacking in the rebound department. Now, he still needs a lot of work in developing his offensive game, but he's still young, so he has plenty of time to do so. Looking at his G League highlights, you can see here the shot goes up, he gets the rebound and pushes the ball in transition by himself. Watch his stance. He stays low and he's able to read his defender, react, and then attack one side and shield him off and score. And then here, another highlight where Claxton takes his defender off the dribble with a jab, hits him with the Euro, and finishes at the rim. Now, this type of movement is so foreign in a player his size. Like, most people his size are not able to move with this lateral quickness like that, you know what I mean? Like, 90% of bigs at his size are not able to move like that, from side to side with agility, break down defenders. We call those bigs in the NBA, we call those guys demigods, unicorns. They come every once in a blue moon, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Giant players with enormous height that have guard attributes, such as KD, Anthony Davis, Giannis, Kristaps Porzingis, Bol, Michael Porter Jr., Ben Simmons. Those are all just 6'11", 7-footers that have guard attributes, speed, agility, lateral movement, quickness, ball handling, shooting. Those are the demigods I'm talking about. Now, as far as his shooting, he still needs work, but still has the potential to get better. Now, if you watch his form here, he has a good form. He stays low, knees bent parallel to the rim, and he holds his follow through. Now, I I'm not gonna run down his shooting percentages because he's only had a small sample size and hasn't played a lot of minutes in the NBA, but looking at his form and history, he definitely has the potential of shooting 70% from the line, from the free throw line, and possibly 36 to 38% from three, which for a center in the NBA is amazing, and it can always go up from there. Like, his potential is very high, y'all, to become a stretch five in the NBA. He can become a stretch five that could space the floor for us. Now, Nick is still very young and hasn't developed any go-to moves, but by the film you can tell he has the ability to break down his defender off the dribble and has a very quick first step. But he could improve his ball handling, like his crossovers, his breakaways. You know, he could develop that ball handling, but he still has just a first instinct of getting to the basket and driving. So now, although Nick has the potential to be so good offensively, that's not where he's gonna be so lethal for the Nets, y'all. Where he's gonna be lethal for us, like our secret weapon, is his defense and his rebounding. That is where we desperately need right now. As you guys know, after the big trade, we got hit the hardest in those departments. As you guys see here, Claxton's motor is very high. When it comes to rebounding on possessions, he's not that guy to just stand around and ball watch. He goes after boards aggressively, which could create second chance points for us. That's one of the stats Brooklyn barely has now. Like, Jared Allen was top 3 in the offensive boards, rebounds, before he left us. So Nicolas can fill that role and help Brooklyn. Last year, he grabbed 19 offensive rebounds and 25 defensive rebounds for Brooklyn in 15 games. Now, the last thing I want to get to is Claxton's defense, on-ball defense. This is probably his number one best attribute about his current game. Like, his offense is going to be good and it's still developing, but his defense is where he will help us the most. He hangs his hat on defense and has the potential to be an all-defense future defensive player of the year.
You know, watching you play, you do a lot of different things well. What do you think is what you hang your hat on at the NBA level, early on at least?
Yeah, early on, I would definitely say defense. Just defense and being an energy guy, coming in and rebounding, defense, and, you know, I'm continuing to work on my shot.
Now, what's so great about Claxton here is his versatility. A lot of centers in the league are not able to defend all 1 through 5 positions. You can barely find that in the NBA now. But it is becoming the new modern standard, a new modern big standard in the NBA. Like, you think about Anthony Davis, Serge Ibaka, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, Giannis. Those are all 7-footers, power forwards, small forward centers I named are so versatile at their size. Usually people that size don't have the lateral quickness or agility to move their feet to keep up with quick guards at the defensive end. With guard, you know, they're just big people with guard attributes, but they can also defend guards, which is so scary. A lot of people in my DM every day are like, who's gonna guard AD? We need someone to guard AD. The AD is gonna kill us. Well, Nicolas is perfect for that. Like, as you can see here, I'm gonna pull up a clip right now. As you can see here, he gets switched onto CJ McCollum, one of the best guards in the league at creating space and breaking people down off the dribble. And you see here, he gets CJ to pick up his dribble, and CJ was like, all right, bet. He got me to pick up his dribble. Let me pass it back out, get it back. He's a center, you know, like, let me get it back out. Clear out, ISO. He's a center. Let me get right back at him. So now watch Claxton's stance low, right? He gets low. He's a good defensive stance. Now CJ attacks his hip, but watch what Claxton does. His hands are straight up. He knows not to foul him. So, and he moves his feet to keep on his hip. So he stays right in front, and that's what he uses. He uses his length, but at the same time, he's staying in front of CJ. And then he uses his length at 7'2" wingspan to block his shot. So again, Claxton is good at holding his own. He can guard this, and this is a top guard in the league, y'all. This is a combo guard, one of the best combo guards at getting by people and creating space. You see here, Claxton gets in front of him and holds his own. So again, Claxton is versatile. He can guard 1 through 5, and then at the end you see him block that shot. Now don't forget, Claxton averaged 1.2 blocks in the G League and in Georgia at the University of Georgia. That's almost as much as Jared Allen's block average. So again, he would be the perfect matchup to guard AD because they're similar in build and size. He actually might be a little inch taller than AD, but he could be able to give AD problems, which would be crucial in the finals and future. Not even just against the Lakers. That's just about the whole league. Like, now you guys saw, like, Nicolas Claxton would be perfect for those guards, y'all. Perfect, because he can move his feet 1 through 5. So yeah, that's my little Nicolas Claxton breakdown. Again, he is so good. He's versatile. He can defend 1 through 5, quick feet, and then you guys see his potential on the offensive side. He gives us the offensive rebounds, the energy. He doesn't have like offensive moves yet, but still, he still has a potential. Like the offensive gift that he has, just be able to break down defenders and clear space is just unique itself for a 7-footer like that. You know what I mean? So let me know in the comments your thoughts about Nicolas Claxton. So you guys saw, I think I posted an update early on Instagram that Steve Nash said he should be ready by mid-season break. So that's like February, March, around there. You know what I'm saying? And then I was talking to my live chat about Nick. And I showed you guys that he actually reposted me in his story. After I posted that note by Spencer about Spencer was joking at him saying, yo, I hope you're back by April 6th because I might beat you in my rehab. And then Nick was like, chill, let me rehab. And you guys saw he posted me an IG story. I was hype, you know what I mean? But anyway, let me know in the comments how you feel about Nicolas Claxton. Is he the secret weapon the Nets need? Is he the 7-foot truth that the Nets are waiting for to unleash on the NBA? Let me know your thoughts on Nicolas Claxton. It's your boy AJ. It's Nets World. Holla at me. I'm out.